Hi guys! Welcome back to Dynamic DIYs. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a flower bouquet, but it's going to be edible. So it's like a dessert flower bouquet, and this is part 2 of my Mother's Day special. So definitely make sure to check out part 1 where I show you how to make a really cool card for Mother's Day as well. So right before I show you guys your ingredients, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all notifications and watch till the end for a hint on what my next video is gonna be. Okay, let's get started. Okay guys, so we're actually gonna be making cake, cupcakes, and frosting for our cupcake bouquet. So these are just the ingredients for the cake. I'm gonna show you the ingredients for the cupcakes and frosting later, but if you wanna look at them right now, then go down to my description box below, and if you scroll down a bit, I have timestamps marked, and if you click on the little numbers, then it's gonna take you to the ingredients for all the other things too. So you're gonna be needing 2 bowls, one for the dry ingredients, one for the wet ingredients. You're also gonna be needing a cake tin. So now it would be the best if you have some sort of a pot shaped tin. So because you want it to look sort of like a vase. So if you have it like a bottle shaped cake tin or something, that would be perfect. If you don't, then you can also use just like a little bread tin or like a 6-inch cake pan. Those also work, but it's better if you have that sort of pot. You're also going to be needing your whisk or a spoon or something like that. You're going to need your measuring cups, and it is totally optional if you want to use a sieve. That just makes your cake smoother, but once again, it's totally optional. You're also going to be needing for the ingredients actually. You're going to need 1 cup of whole wheat flour, and you can also just use all-purpose flour. It just needs to be some sort of flour. You're going to need half a cup of cocoa, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and half teaspoon of baking soda. You're also going to be needing 3/4 cups of sugar. You can use granulated or you can use powdered. You're going to be needing half a cup of plain yogurt, and you're going to need half a cup of water. You're also going to be needing 1/3 cup of oil and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Now if you want, you can add like nuts or pieces of chocolate. Those kind of things are totally up to you. But you're going to be needing everything here except for the sieve, which is optional once again. Okay, so now let's actually start making our cake. Okay guys, so first we're going to go ahead and do our dry ingredients. And I already have most of my ingredients measured out. So you want to pause the video and take a minute to do that if you haven't already. So I have my bowl and I have my sieve in it. Once again, the sieve is totally optional. And we're just going to dump all our dry ingredients into this. So our 3/4 sugar, our 1 cup flour, our half cup cocoa, and I still have to measure my baking powder and baking soda. So let's go and do that real quick. Once again, baking powder is 1 teaspoon and baking soda is half teaspoon. So I'm just putting my 1 teaspoon of baking powder and now my half teaspoon of baking soda. So you have them all in, and if you're not using a sieve, then you're just ready to go. If you are, then you just want to sieve your ingredients. So just do that real quick. Okay guys, so I'm finally done sieving everything, and it looks just like chocolate snow. So now we are done with our dry ingredients, and we're gonna move on to our wet. Okay guys, so now we're doing our wet ingredients, and you won't be needing your sieve for this since they're wet. And first we want to take our plain yogurt and our water, and we're just going to mix them. So, because technically we're supposed to have buttermilk. So, and I know it's weird because it sounds like buttermilk should have butter and milk in it, but it actually has yogurt and water. So, you just want to take half cup of your yogurt, half cup of your water, and mix them. So, it is important that you mix them. You can't just dump them in. So once you have it mixed, then it looks sort of just like this. It looks like, just so they're combined. And then you can just pour it into your bowl. Now you're also going to be wanting to put in your oil and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And I know that sounds like a lot, and well, it kind of is, but it just helps your cake taste better. So, 1 tablespoon, and I'm just gonna pour it in. Like that. And I just want to take a spoon or a whisk or whatever and just want to mix it. So obviously, since it's all liquid, it won't have mixed really well, but you just want to do the best you can. Okay guys, so just mixing and it looks pretty cool now. So now you want to take your dry ingredients and your wet ingredients, and we're just going to combine them. Just pour them into one bowl. Just like that. And now we're gonna mix this. So you can use your spoon, you can use a whisk, just whatever. And you just wanna mix it until it's thoroughly mixed. And now would also be a time to preheat your oven, and you wanna preheat that to 360. So I'll be back once I have my mixture fully mixed. Okay guys, so I have mine fully mixed, and you know it's ready when it's kind of thick, but you can still pour it. So just like that. And now we're just going to grease our pan, and once again it's preferable if you have something like pot shaped, because it's going to be like the base of our flowers. But if you don't, then you can also use like a 6-inch pan, or just like a baking, or just like a bread pan, sorry. So for now, we're just going to set this aside while we grease your cake thing, whatever you're going to be making it in. So this is the part that you want to get some oil for. So I have my oil. I'm just going to take some and grease it. So that just means basically just like rub some oil all over the pan. So I'll be back once I finish doing that. Okay guys, so I am done greasing my pan, and now we're just gonna pour our cake mixture into the pan. So just pour the whole thing in. Okay guys, so I have my cake mixture over here inside my pan, and now I'm just gonna put it in the oven. So you want to do that too, and we're gonna bake it for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you want to insert something like a toothpick, a knife, or a spoon into the middle just to check. And I'm going to be showing you guys that too. So I'll be back once I'm ready to check my cake. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to check my cake real quick. So once again, you can use toothpick, knife, spoon, anything with a pointy end. I'm using a toothpick just because that's the easiest. So I have my toothpick. I'm just going to stick it in the middle of my cake. And this comes out really liquidy, as you can see. So you know your cake is going to be ready when your toothpick comes out clean. So that means it's only going to be a little crumbly, but that's it. It's not going to be liquid like this. And once it comes out like that, you can just take it out. But now, since it's been 20 minutes, you want to keep checking your cake every 5 minutes to make sure it doesn't overcook. Okay guys, so my cake here, it's ready. I took it out of the oven, and I know that because when I insert my toothpick like this, it comes out perfectly clean. And yours might not be exactly like this. You might have some like crumbs falling off. That's okay, but it should be mostly, you know, clean and non-liquidy. So now, moving on, we're gonna go ahead and make the cupcakes. Okay guys, right before I tell you your ingredients for the cupcakes, know that there are substitute ingredients for some of the ingredients that I'm going to be telling you. So if you don't have one of the ingredients, just wait, there are going to be substitutes. So, you're going to be needing your cupcake tin, obviously, your measuring cups, obviously, you're going to be needing a whisk or a spoon or something like that. You're going to be needing 2 bowls, one for the dry, one for the wet, and you might need a sieve. Once again, that's totally optional, just for the smoothness. You're also going to be needing 1 cup and 5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You're going to need 3/4 cups of sugar, 2 tablespoons of corn flour or cornstarch. And for the baking soda, you're going to be needing 1/2 teaspoon. And for the baking powder, you're going to be needing 1 1/4 teaspoon. You're also going to be needing just a pinch of salt. And for your wet ingredients, you're going to need 1 cup of plain yogurt, 1/3 cup of oil, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You might also need some water, just depending on the consistency of your yogurt, and I'll tell you like why you might need water once you start making it. As for our substitute ingredients, you can do, let's say you don't have oil, you can use melted butter and just skip the salt, and instead of your all-purpose flour and instead of your cornstarch / corn flour, you can use 1 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour. Okay, now let's get started. Okay guys, so let's start pouring in our ingredients. And I already have all my ingredients measured out, so if you don't, go ahead, pause this video and take a minute to do that. So I'm going to start with the all-purpose flour. Just dump that in. Once again, the sieve is totally optional. I'm using it. It makes your batter smoother. You don't have to. Now dump in your sugar. And your cornstarch / corn flour. And I started measuring baking soda and baking powder. So once again, the baking powder is 1 1/4 teaspoons, and the baking soda is 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and measure that out really quick. So I'm just putting in my baking soda, and now my 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. So I just put in my baking powder, and now we just need to add in our 1 pinch of salt. So you want to be careful with this. You don't want to do like directly over ingredients, so you don't want too much to fall out. Just a little. So like just about this much, guys. And now we just want to sieve in our ingredients. So I'll be back once I'm done with that. Okay guys, so I finished sieving together my dry ingredients. They're just like right over there. And you just want to mix those a bit. And now we're going to put in our wet ingredients. So you just want to put in your 1 cup plain yogurt, your 1/3 cup of oil, and your 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I will be back once I finish doing that. I'm not going to show you guys. I don't think it's really necessary since I just showed you guys the cake as well. So you just want to finish doing that, and then I'll be back. So guys, I did my wet ingredients and I mixed my dry and wet ingredients together. So as you can see, it's right over there. And you just want to do that too. So it was pretty simple. You just mix together your dry ingredients and your wet ones. And then you want to take your spoon, your whisk, whatever, and we're going to combine them. So this is the part where your water comes in. So we're going to mix it, and if you think your batter is going to be too runny, then you can add some water. So don't add too much, just like 3 to 4 tablespoons. That should be enough. So you just want to do that. So you just want to mix this whole thing together until like all of your flour, all of your sugar, it's all combined. So you also want to make sure you preheat your oven to 350. Now would be the time to do that since we're almost done making our batter. So I'll be back with my batter finished. Okay guys, so I'm not done yet, and my batter is a bit too thick, and I know that because if I take my spoon, it's not really, I can't really pour it that well. So I'm going to take a little bit of water, and you don't want to like, I have like a bowl full, you don't want to pour the whole thing at once. So I'm going to take like about 1/2 tablespoon and put that in. And you just want to mix that until it's about pouring consistency. Okay guys, so my batter is ready, and I added a bit of water, and now you can pretty much pour it, so it's pouring consistency. So now we're gonna go ahead and grease our cake pans, our cupcake pans. So just like we did with the cake, you want to take your tray, and you're going to take some oil, and you're just gonna grease it, just like that. You're gonna be baking your cupcakes for 15 to 18 minutes. Of course, it might be a little longer, that's okay. So I'll be showing you guys how to like check them too, just like I did with the cake. And so I'm done greasing, and you want to make sure you grease all of your cupcake little holes. I already did a couple of them, so that's why I only did. That's why I only showed you some. But you want to make sure you do all of them. So now we're going to take our batter, and you can do this with a spoon or you can just like directly pour it in. I'm going to go ahead and do it with a spoon because I don't think I'll be able to pour it. So we're going to take our batter, and you just want to put in about half. So you want to fill about half of your little cupcake. Or else when you go to frost your cupcakes, it won't be able to be enough. Okay, so you just want to do that, do all of them. Okay guys, so I have all my batter poured in, and I have one empty. That's okay, I don't have enough batter, so you just want to do as many as you can. So just want to straighten it out a bit. And now I'm going to put it in the oven. I'll be back to show you guys how to check them. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm going to show you how to check the cupcakes. So I have my toothpick right over here. So once again, you can use spoon, knife, anything that's pointy. So you're just going to poke it into the middle of one cupcake. And mine comes out clean. So this means I'm ready, but I recommend doing a couple of other cupcakes too. So like I'm going to try this one. And this one also comes out clean. So if you have like one that comes out clean and one that comes out liquidy, do you want to do it for a bit more. But since both of mine are clean, I'm just going to go ahead and take out our tray. Okay guys, so we checked our cupcakes. They're ready. So we're going to go ahead and start our frosting. So to make your frosting, you're going to be needing 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 cup of sugar, and you can use food coloring. Once again, food coloring is totally optional. So I got my food coloring from Whole Foods. So, you know, organic food coloring, it does exist. So, once again, totally optional. And if you are using food coloring, you're going to be needing 4 bowls. 1 to make your frosting in, and 3 others. If you're not using food coloring, then you're only going to be needing 1 bowl. That's to make your frosting in. So you're also going to be needing something to frost with. So I have like a frosting bag over here. If you guys don't have that, I'll be showing you how to do it with Ziploc as well. And you're going to be needing an electric blender. So it can be electric, handheld, whatever, as long as it's electric. And you can do this with like just a normal whip, but that's going to take you way longer. So it's best to have like an electric blender. Mine looks like this. It's like this. So they're really easy to get. You can get them almost anywhere. So yeah. Now let's start making our frosting. Okay guys, so I have my bowl over here and our 2 cups of whipping cream we're going to first add. So I'm going to pour in half a cup, then 1 cup, and now I just need to measure half a cup more real quick because I didn't have a 2 cup measuring. 2 cups. And whipping cream sticks, so you can do this with a spoon, you can do it with your finger, whatever. You just want to go ahead and take all of the extra stuff inside the cups out as well. Okay guys, so I did that, and now I'm going to be using 1 cup sugar, so I'm going to add that in. I don't have the sugar measured out, so I'm just going to measure that 1 cup real quick. Okay guys, so I added my sugar, and it's sort of just like dissolving in, but now we want to go ahead and mix this. So unfortunately, I cannot show you guys this part very well on camera because you won't be able to hear me over the electric mixer. So basically, you just want to mix it until peaks start forming. So I'll show you guys what I mean by the peaks in a while. But until now, you just want to keep on mixing until your mixture becomes a little thick and it's sort of like poking up. So right before I start though, I do want to make sure you guys do not add food coloring to this. Because we're going to be doing more than 1 food coloring. So if you add it, you won't be able to change that. So do not add food coloring. Okay, now I'm going to start mixing. And I'll be back to show you guys what I mean by stiff peaks. Okay guys, so now you can see that my batter it's thicker. And if I place it in, and I lift it out, and there are some stiff peaks coming out. So like that. So now I think my frosting is done. And as soon as this cools, we're going to add some coloring in it. So if your batter is like this, it's good, then you can just place it in the freezer. If your batter is too liquidy, you want to place it in the freezer too, but you want to place it longer. So since mine is good, I'm going to place it for about 10 to 15 minutes. If yours is liquidy, you want to place it for, 20 to 25. If yours is too thick, you want to leave it out for a while. So leave it out for like about 5 minutes, and that should do it. So guys, I'll be back once my frosting has finished cooling. And one more thing, don't forget to cover your frosting with something like a plate before you place it in the freezer. Okay guys, so our frosting is cooling, our cupcakes are ready, our cake is made, and now we are just gonna be needing to frost our cupcakes and cake. But right before we do that, you wanna make sure the cupcakes actually cool. So we're gonna go ahead and take them out of the tray, because that helps them cool better. So you just wanna take a knife and you just wanna go around the edges of your cupcake. So once it comes out, we're just going to take it out like this and go ahead and place it on a plate. And you're just going to do that to all of your cupcakes. Okay, I'll be back once I'm done. Okay guys, so I took out my cupcakes, I took out my cakes the exact same way. So you want to have your cake, so the lifted up side is up. So like you have a flat side like this, that's on the bottom, and your lifted side is at the top. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have like a stable surface, because we're going to be cutting this. So now guys, if you use that bottle shaped, already base shaped thing, then you're good. You don't need to do this step. If you used a bread pan, then do this step. And if you used a 6-inch cake pan, then you're gonna have to sort of improvise that. But basically, your main goal is to stack two halves on top of each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our cake and we're going to cut it in half like this. So not this way, but this way. So that's about half. And we're just going to cut it. So now if you want, you can like go ahead and like trim around the edges and try to make it like a vase shaped. But I'm just going to do a square vase because that's easier. So you lift this, I have it in half, and then you just line them up. Just like that. And then you want to go ahead and just like even out the sides. So I'm going to do that just like this. Even out the sides, and you're going to do that for every side. Okay, so I'll be back once I have an even base. Okay guys, so I cut my cake, I evened it out, and I just placed it on a little tray and just decorated with some foil. So all your leftovers, you can just go ahead and eat them. They actually taste pretty good. So you can just go ahead and do that. And now it is time to frost our cake. So don't do your cupcakes yet. First we're going to go ahead and do the cake. So I'm going to put this aside for now. And to frost, we're not actually going to need the frosting bag for this part, since we're going to be frosting in a straight line. So I'm going to be using a spoon, but it's better if you have like a spatula of some sort. And I'm going to be using a knife to even it out. Once again, it's better if you have a spatula of some sort. So I have my frosting, and this isn't all of my frosting. I took out a little bit. You don't need to measure it or anything, but I took out like about 2-3 cups of it, and we're just going to add some food coloring. And for this part, you have to work fast because frosting starts to melt. So once again, if you don't have food coloring, that's okay. You can just like place on like, I don't know, white frosting as snow. But we're just going to add this, and you can add as much as you want. This is totally up to you. So you add it and you want to mix it, and you're going to be needing more than 1 drop. So I'll be back once I have my green food coloring ready. Okay guys, so I made my food coloring sort of like a light green. I added about 2 teaspoons of green food coloring, and then I whisked it a bit because I needed it to be stiff again. So once again, you want it to still form stiff peaks, and if it doesn't, you want to whisk it. So now we're going to start frosting this. So once again, take your spatula, spoon, whatever, and just take it, put it on top, and spread. And once again, you want to do this fast because your frosting will start to melt, and that's bad. So once we do this, we're just going to go ahead and place it in the fridge so our frosting doesn't melt completely while we frost our cupcakes. So when we start placing our cupcakes, we're gonna need like skewers of some sort. So skewers, straws, something like that to hold up your cupcakes. So go ahead and get those two once you're done frosting. So you can place the frosting however you want, wherever you want, and I'll just be back once I'm done frosting my cake. Okay guys, so I frosted my cake and I just want to show you how to smooth it out with the knife real quick. So what you do is just like go ahead, you take like the flat side of your knife and I just want to like sort of rub it against the cake. So you don't want to rub too hard or else the cake will start breaking. You just want to gently rub it against the cake. So like this. I'm just going to do that all the way around. Okay, so once you're done with this, you're going to place it in the fridge. And guys, I'll be back to show you how to frost your cupcakes. Okay guys, so I am ready to frost my cupcakes. But like I said, I'm going to show you how you can do it with the Ziploc as well. So I have my little Ziploc over here. And you're going to open it. And before you fill your frosting, you have to choose one of the bottom corners. So let's say I choose this corner. So I'm just gonna crumple up my Ziploc and only leave that corner. So my corner is here, and we're just gonna take our scissors and we're gonna cut it off a bit. So we're gonna cut it off, and then now we have a corner cut off. We're gonna fill the bag, and we're gonna use that cut off corner to frost. So I have my frosting bag, so I'm just gonna use that. So I'm gonna show you how to frost your cupcake real quick. So you can use any nozzle you want. Just try to avoid this one because that's just a pretty basic one. I'm going to be using this one right now. So how you want to frost it is you're going to start on the middle and it's going to go round and round like a normal cupcake. So now you can try and experiment with different nozzles. I'm going to be using all of them just because a variety of flowers. But you just want to go round and round, and you want to like layer them on top of each other. So it's going to look something like a cupcake. So, like this. And I was kind of going for like a rose look. But, just like that. And now one other way you can also do it is you have your nozzle, and you can just like put little dots. So, like that. And you just do that all over your cupcake. So guys, you just want to do this to all your cupcakes, and I'll be back to show you how to attach your cupcakes and your cake. Okay guys, so I have my cake ready, I have my cupcake flowers frosted, and I have my skewers right over here. So if you don't have a skewer, you can use like a straw or something like that. It just has to have like two ends, one you can poke into the cake, and one that's you can have on the cupcake. Just need to be stable enough, stable and sturdy. So if you want, you can like don't break this too much, because then your cupcakes won't be as sturdy. So I have one round end and one pointy end. The pointy end is going to go inside my cake, and you can position these however you want. So I have it like this, and it's preferable you have
skewers
like be green, that way they look like stems. If you can, that's totally okay. So I have this, and I'm going to poke my cupcake through, not all the way, just a little, so like that. And you're just going to do that to all of your cupcakes. I'll be back guys once I have my final product.
Okay guys,
So I have a perfect flower cupcake edible bouquet. So I hope you like your flower bouquet edible thingy, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As for my hint, my next video is gonna be themed based off a video game. Okay, well, I'll see you all guys next time. Bye!